Well, this year we have witnessed the crisis at the border reach a brand new level, from the lengths people are willing to go to get to so they can get into this country, to how every state across America is feeling the impact. NewsNation has been on the ground every single day, covering every single aspect of it. Here's our Allie Bradley.
Tens of thousands of migrants cross the border each and every day, from as far away as the Middle East, the African continent, South America, even China, fleeing conflicts, violence, and persecution.
Why did you decide to come to America?
向往美国的自由
Yearning for American freedom.
They're risking life and limb to make the treacherous journey into the U.S., each person with a different story, all with the same goal: to chase the American dream.
America is my dream.
I want to be successful, and I want to help people back home too.
America, the good country.
I like this country, so if I did, you can bury me here.
But for many, that American fantasy often turning into a nightmare. NewsNation was there in Eagle Pass, Texas, and captured the moment some of those asylum seekers arrived on dry land, some unresponsive, after enduring a harrowing journey and had to be revived using CPR. Hundreds of people are crossing over from Mexico, crossing the Rio Grande, and this morning what we're dealing with is thick, heavy fog. You can hear the people, but you can hardly even see them. That is just one of the elements that law enforcement on the front lines are dealing with every day out here. Border officials also dealing with a surge in migrant smuggling, so-called coyotes, preying on people's desperation, often charging thousands of dollars when they can't even guarantee safe passage. And that means scenes like these. Caught on camera of a mother carrying her crying child, a piece of cardboard shielding her from barbed wire, and finding inventive ways to scale what looks like an impenetrable border wall. Our cameras were rolling as a smuggler, using a system of ropes, hoists a migrant up and over the fence. Border Patrol also telling me coyotes are offering migrants so-called survival kits to help evade border agents and arrive in the U.S. undetected. So here's what you're going to see. You're going to see something like this. This is a shirt with some kind of hood. You also have a pair of pants here with just a simple drawstring that'll fit just about anybody. But here's the most interesting part. These are carpet booties, and these go right over any shoe that someone's wearing. And look at that. No tracks left behind. And once these migrants arrive on U.S. soil, it's not all smooth sailing. Border apprehensions are on the rise as migrants wait in droves to be processed. And that has border towns like El Paso reaching a breaking point. These people have decided not to self-surrender to Border Patrol agents. They do not have any release paperwork. So right now, this is what they're doing, is they are making a home on the streets here in El Paso, waiting for bus fare, waiting to get on one of these buses. But the stories you don't often see come from within Mexico, inside violent, crime-ridden neighborhoods where cartels battle for influence.
If you want to understand how dangerous it is here in Tijuana, one of the most violent cities in the whole world, look at the security detail that the mayor of Tijuana has to travel with. Multiple bodyguards as she's in the beauty salon, and down there, the Mexican National Guard, multi-vehicle caravan. It feels like the president is here.
And NewsNation was there to document a father's desperate search for the remains of his lost son.
Mi motivación es buscar y encontrar a mi hijo Eli Carrillo.
We are in the rural areas of Rosarito here in Mexico on the Tijuana border, and we joined a volunteer group whose main goal is to find dead Mexican nationals who have been buried and have not been discovered.
As the sun sets on another day at the border, with people carrying their hopes, dreams, and tragic circumstances, NewsNation will be back in 2024 with more of the stories you care about amid ongoing efforts to solve a growing crisis.
And a hat tip to Allie Bradley and Jorge Ventura for covering the border so comprehensively and meticulously in 2023. Their work has been unparalleled and astounding.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.